A very good afternoon to all our live viewers. We are back with the third match of the day in the Super Sunday. It's the Platinum Cup semi-final. Shreepa Rockers taking on Yodha in the all-important Platinum semi-final number 2. Well, we have seen earlier that RR RR Stones winning the match with a big margin. Now Shreepa Rockers and Yodha going head to head against each other in another semi-final. Shreepa Rockers winning the toss, opting to bat first. They are off to a flyer. 19 without any loss after one. Very full delivery and beautiful extension of cover drive. It's just the class of Varun Vinod. Lifts it beautifully over extra cover and it's gone the distance as well. Well. What can I say about that shot? That's that's a really classical shot. This man Varun Vinod, he's a class act. 206 matches for Varun, 6,113 runs, averaging 43.35. Strike rate 133.73 for Varun Vinod. Starts off the second over with the 6. Once again, full. This time he goes over the point fielder, but the result differs. It's a boundary this time. Well, Rohit Singh under tremendous pressure. First a 6, now a boundary. 284 matches for Rohit Singh, 180 wickets, economy 7.86, best figures of 5 for 29. He's a very good bowler, Rohit Singh, but at the moment he's under tremendous pressure. Rishabh Dev, who started off the proceedings for Yodha, went for 19 in the very first over. The other opener, Deepak, at the non-striker end. He's a left-hand bat. 404 matches for Deepak, 4,518 runs, averaging 22.48, strike rate healthy, 131.30. These two are very good batters at the top. So right hand left hand combination at the top as well for Shreepa Rockers. Once again full. Once again beautifully lifted over extra cover for a massive 6. There was a fielder there in the deep, in the extra cover region, in the sweeper cover region, but it doesn't matter for this man who lifts it effortlessly. He hardly seems like hitting one, but it travels the distance by good faith. Well, Varun Vinod, he's got Shreepa Rockers off to a flyer. 31 of just 8 deliveries for Varun Vinod. What a start in the Platinum Cup semi-final for Shreepa Rockers. Well, now change of a field. Sweeper cover is brought inside the circle and mid on is pushed back. So long off and long on in play. Yeah, line is much straighter. This is better, much better from Rohit Singh. Up until now, he was bowling very full and he was penalized 6, 4, and 6. Then finally a single. Well, he should have done that earlier. Rohit Singh, he should have bowling at this length. He bowled too full and he was penalized. This time an off cutter, slow one. Well, did he overstep there? Yes, he did. Well, nothing going in favor of Yodha. We are just 2 overs into the match, and Shreepa Rockers are 38 without any loss. In fact, we haven't completed the 2 overs yet. Only 1.4 overs into the match, 38 without any loss, and there will be a free hit coming up. Free hit coming up. Rohit Singh to Varun Vinod. Well, he tried a leg stump yorker there, but Just the execution wasn't there by much, so it's a wide. Score moves to 39. Well, he went for a big shot, Varun Vinod, and he got a good chunk of piece, and that travels the distance as well. Well, that's a massive hit from Varun Vinod. Not short enough to trouble Varun Vinod. It was not an half volley, but still, it was there for takings, and Varun Vinod doesn't miss out on a free hit. He gets the maximum. He's raised away to 38 of 10. Once again, elegantly done. There's a fielder in the deep, but he'll be just a spectator. What a shot! An over. Ends up with a 6. Started off with a 6. Now ends up with a 6, 4, 6. Then 6, 6 to close out the over. 32 runs coming off the second over. Rohit Singh, he's been taken down by Varun Vinod. Shreepa Rockerz, 51 without any loss after 2. Change in the bowling attack. Deep Mukherjee now left arm slow orthodox into the attack. So change of tactics straight away for Yodha. Both the seamers going for runs. Hence spin introduced to bowl the third over. Punched punched away off the back foot. They'll get a single. Good from Deep Mukherjee. He's a very slippery customer. 108 matches for Deep Mukherjee, 147 wickets. Economy very good, 6.49. Best figures of 5 for 14. He is a competitor. Deep Mukherjee. That's a good delivery. Attacking the stumps. Not full enough for Varun Vinod to go to lift the ball up. Hence plays it all along the carpet. This is much better from Yodha and Deep Mukherjee. Long on, a very status long on, and deep mid wicket in play for Deep Mukherjee. Short and wide, punched away. What doesn't get it out of the infield. Good work there in the cover point region. Good field setup on the offside. They have got a very packed offside field. Gully, point, couple of cover points, then covers, and a mid off. This time the ball was punched straight to the covers fielder. So no run. It was timed sweetly. So raised very quickly to the fielder. So they are not going for a single. It's a dot ball. Good over so far from Deep Mukherjee. Only 3 of the over so far. Well, good cloud cover here at one champion. This will assist the conditions to ball. But the wind flow at the moment is helping the batters hit with the wind. Well, this time he lifts it over mid off. Might not get the distance, but still good enough to go for a boundary. Well, length was not full enough for Varun Vinod to hit that ball out of the park, but still he's got a very clean swing. One of the sweetest timer of the cricket ball. I haven't seen someone hitting sixes so effortlessly in the recent past. He's He's someone who hits the six effortlessly, immediately change of field, mid off drops back, and mid wicket is in. So long on, long off, both two fielders very straight. Well, a misfield in the covers. Well, that's the last thing that Yodha could have asked for. It was looking a good over, but its last two ball goes for a boundaries, back to back boundaries to close out the over. Shreepa Rockers off to a flyer, 62 without any loss after three. More spin for Yodha. Shivraj now introduced into the attack. More spin, right arm leg break. Shivraj into the attack. 276 matches for Shivraj. 311 wickets. Economy 7.61. Best figures of 5 for 20 for Shivraj. Will be bowling the fourth over. Well, Shivraj coming over the wicket. He's got long off and long on. Both straight on the boundary. Punched away off the back foot. Finds the fence. That ball was placed perfectly between those two fielders. Four fielders guarding that cover region inside the circle, but still Deepak manages a way to squeeze ball right in between. That's a boundary to start off the spell for Shivraj. These two are very good batters. Margin of error very minimal. If you go full, they'll hit you down the ground. If you go short, they are very good there as well. Likes to play on the back foot. This time Shivraj goes full, but Deepak just drives it all along the carpet. So it's a single down to long off. Shubham there in the deep. Slightly shorter in terms of length. Varun Vilod pulls it, but there's a fielder behind in the long on. So it will be a single. Score moves to 68 with that single. Champion. Bat turning in his hands, so no timing. Down to deep square leg fielder. It will only be a single to close out the over. A good over under the circumstances. So far from Rohit Singh, only 7 runs of the four balls. 200 is up for Shreepa Rockers. 200 for the loss of 6 wickets in 19.4 overs. Last two deliveries remaining in this innings. What will be the target the Shreepa Rockers will set for Yodha? Another slow one just inside that wide line. Well. NSG there looking to get the strike. He runs through, but no response whatsoever from the Gabbar. So Kiran Chaudhary does well. So Kiran Chaudhary and Rohit involved in a run out. NSG is done for the day. 19 of 10 deliveries for NSG in today's match. So the next batter in will be the captain of Shreepa Rockers, Venkata Ramarao. He's in at number 9. He can bat too, but he's in at number 9 and will be at the non-striker. And Bharat Gabbar will take the strike for the last ball of the innings. 200 for the loss of 7. This is expected out to be a very closely fought encounter, but Shreepa Rockers they have the runs on the board. At one stage they're cruising. Well, what a shot that was! That was a slow one into the surface, and Bharat Gabbar manufactured power into that shot out of nowhere. And it's been hit straight as an arrow over the side screen for a boundary. Once again, Bharat Gabbar swings, and it's back to back boundaries to close out the over. 208 is where Shreepa Rockers have finished. 209 will be the target for 209 will be the target for Yodha when they come out to bat. That's it from the first inning. Ducassas on the other side with the chase. Oh, wide the There's a correction in the scoring as well. So 2010 is the target for Yodha when they come out to chase in their 20 overs to catch us with the chase. We'll be right back after a very short innings break. Welcome back to the chase. Yodha chasing 210 in this all important Platinum Cup semi final. They have a chase in hand. Manish Pathak and Siddharth, the two openers out in the center for Yodha, whereas Channa Rao with the ball for Shreepa Rockers. Well, into the surface straight away goes Channa Rao. That's his go through deliveries. Manish Pathak does well, just rolls his wrist over and hits it in the square leg. There's a fielder behind there, so it's only a single to start off the proceeding. 411 matches for Channa Rao, 356 wickets, economy 6.73, best figures of 6 for 17. He's a genuine speedster for Shreepa Rockers. Once again, shot into the surface, batter looking to pull Siddharth on the occasion. On that occasion, got it high on the bat. That's a dot ball. 454 matches for Siddharth. 7,722 runs, averaging 23.54. Strike rate healthy, 126.05 for Siddharth. Two very good batters at the top. Well, that time the ball kept low, skids through the surface. Siddharth looking to pull that delivery, but that ball kept real low and hitting the batter on the pads. Siddharth was anticipating something at his chest height, but that ball kept real low, came at his knee height. Well, with there on that occasion, Siddharth tried to go over covers, gets an inside edge, ball raised away into the fine leg. First boundary for Yodha, coming off the blade of Siddharth. Siddharth gets off the mark with a boundary, streaky, but he'll take it. Runs are run. Anyhow, they come. Five without any loss. Yodha after four deliveries. Well, they'll be eyeing to get a good start. They'll be relying on Manish Pathak and Siddharth to give them a good start. Yodha, they need to score at a very healthy rate in the power play if they want to stay alive in this game. That's a very sharp delivery. That's the reply from the fast bowler. Beautifully directed fast ball. Siddharth there looking to pull, but he was late on to the shot. Clearly, that was an effort delivery from Channa Rao. Very tall bowler Channa Rao hits the deck hard. Well, that's in the air and no one there behind. So, will it be a boundary? Yes, it will. That was on a good length, but Siddharth stood tall and got on the top of the bounce and beautifully pulls it. Short arm pull into the mid wicket region for a boundary. So, 9 runs coming off the very first over. A good start for Yodha. 9 without any loss after 1. Suresh Babbi will share the new ball alongside Channa Rao. He is a left arm pacer coming around the wicket. That's in the air but in the gap as well. Fielder after that ball, but that ball will race away to the boundary. Good start for Manish Pathak as well. Now he's getting into the act. Very full delivery from Suresh Babbi and Manish Pathak taking full advantage of that one. 120 matches for Manish Pathak, 4,145 runs, averaging 38.03, strike rate 173.14 for Manish Pathak. Gets the boundary at the very first ball. Another beauty from Manish Pathak. Overpitched again from Suresh Babi. It's just the extension of the cover drive, and away she goes. One bounce for it is. Well, he's having a fielder behind in the mid wicket, and he's bowling a full delivery. That's not what doctor ordered for him. This is poor from Suresh Babi. He needs to drag his length back. At the moment, he's being too full and he's been penalized on the both occasion. The back-to-back boundaries to start off the over. This time, length drag back, cut away. Nicely struck shot, but doesn't get that ball through the infield. Straight to the cover point fielder, Loknath Nayak there in the inner circle. Does well. After a couple of boundaries, length drag back, and finally a dot ball for Suresh. Once again, he goes full. This time, Manish Patak doesn't get good piece of his bat, so it will only be a single down to mid on. Score moves to 18 with that single. 9 already of the over. Two balls still remaining. Well, Siddharth looking to punch that one off the back foot. Inside edge. Straight to short square leg fielder. And they went for a quick single there. Good running between the wicket. A direct hit would be a very interesting call. So it's only a single so far. 10 runs already of the over. Last ball of the second over coming up. 19 without any loss. Yodha once again looking to hit on the covers. Gets an inside edge. This time they decide against the single. So it's a dot ball to close out the over. 10 runs coming off the second over. Yodha after 2. 19 without any loss. Channarao will continue. 109 for none for Channarao. Well, looking to play that delivery on the rise, but length not there to play it on the rise. Channarao will abstract some extra bounce from the surface as he's a very tall bowler. But at the same time, this pitch has kept the batters guessing. Occasionally, ball kept low, slightly fuller in terms of length. This time, Siddharth gets it over the infield, beats the mid-on fielder, and that's a boundary, much needed one. He moves to 13 with that boundary, 13 of just 8 deliveries. Much needed boundary for Yodha. They need to continue their boundary hitting. Yodha, if they want to get anywhere near to this target, they're chasing a massive target of 210. These days, this kind of targets are chaseable things. We have seen in past that over 200s have been chased out. What a shot that was! Stand back and admire that one. Well, that was a good delivery, just back of a length, but width was there on that occasion. So Siddharth stand tall and hits it straight over the head of the bowler. One bounce for it is. That ball heading the side screen on a bounce. One heck of a shot that was from Siddharth. It's not easy to hit straight down the ground against such pace. Channara, one of the quickest bowler in the match. Back to back boundaries against Channarao. He went for a boundary against back of a land delivery. Will he change? No, he doesn't. And this time he gets a wicket. Well, Siddharth once again looking to clear the infield. This time he doesn't get the desired elevation. And guess who? It's the captain, Venkataramarao, with the brilliant catch. In the covers, that ball was travelling, but he got into the way. Siddharth played well, but his cameo comes to an end. Yodha lose their first. In the third over, 27 for 1 after 2.4. Yodha. New batter in is Kishore Reddy K. In at number 3 for Yodha will be facing Channa Rao. Attacking the stump, slightly full. Looking for that quick single. They'll get it. Loknath did well, but cannot stop that single. Kishore Reddy gets off the mark with that single. 770 matches for Kishore Reddy. Plenty of experience under his belt. 18,058 runs, averaging 31.13. Strike rate just under 130 for Kishore Reddy. Last ball of the over. 9 runs and a wicket of Siddharth so far in this over. 28 for 1 Yodha. Last ball. Once again, a batter looking to play on the rise. Gets beaten on the bounce. So dot ball to close out the over. Good comeback from Channa Rao after being hit for back-to-back boundaries. He strikes in that over. 28 for 1. Yodha after 3. Suresh Babi to continue. He starts off with a very full delivery. Beautifully driven, but doesn't get that past the infield. So it will only be a single for Kishore. Well punched off the front foot, but straight to the cover point. Good throw. Good throw from Loknath Nayak in the cover point. Keeps the batter to naught. That's a dot ball. Suresh Babi 1.2 overs, 11 for none. Well, that's in the air. Fielder back paddling. Venkataramarao Rao there. It was just over his head. So Manish Patak living dangerously there, trying to go over the inner circle. Bat just turning in his hands. Fortunate for him that he evades the cover fielder who was right at the edge. So it's only couple of runs for Manish Pathak. Well, this time the ball kept low and it goes past the wicket keeper as well. For in fact, it was an inside edge. So ball bouncing right in front of the wicket keeper. It's a very awkward one to take for him. He tries but fails to collect one. Manish Pathak will take that boundary. He moves to 16 now. 16 of 10 deliveries. Well, this time he tried to go over the inner circle but cannot clear the mid on. Another safe catch for Jayasuriya. That's the second one in that region. Well, another batter looking to clear the infield fails to get the elevation on that one. This time it's Suresh Babi who gets the wicket of Manish Pathak. Second one down for Yodha, 35 for 2. New batter in is Rohit Singh in at number 4 for Yodha. Very good all rounder in early. Well, straight away looking for the big shot. Came down the track, but that ball kept touch low. Beats Rohit Singh. That's a dot ball to close out the over. A good one from Suresh Babi. 7 runs on a wicket of Manish Pathak coming in that over. 35 for the loss of 2 after 4 overs. Yodha. Channara will continue. Starts off with a very full delivery. Channarao gets the outside edge. Ball doesn't carry to the short third fielder. Gabbar there, Bharat Gabbar there in the inner circle collects the ball on a bounce. He might have hurt himself in the process, but he does well to stop that ball. Driven on the up by Rohit Singh. It's a single down to deep point to get himself off the mark. Rohit Singh Score moves to 37 with that single. Yodha need boundaries. They need it every over. They need to score in excess of 10. Now required rate just over 11. Well, what a ball that was from Channa Rao, hitting the length and then getting the shape, then getting the ball shaping away from the right hander. Last ball of the over. Very full. Channa Rao on that occasion. Yes, he goes occasionally full, but Kishore Reddy does well. Gets it back down in the time. It's only a single down to mid on. So a good over for Shreepa Rockers. After 5 overs, 40 for the loss of 2. Yodha, they need to move along. They need to get a move on. This partnership have slowed the things down. Both the openers batted aggressively, but no. But both of them now back in the sheds. It now relies heavily on these two. How they proceed from here on. This will be the final over of the power play, and Suresh Babi will bowl the final over, sixth over of the power play, third over on the trot for both the new ball bowlers. First Chandrarao bowling 3, now Suresh Babi continuing with his third over, 40 for the loss of 2. After 5 overs, Yodha looking for the quick single there. Rohit Singh, he was off, but Kishore Reddy sends him back. That's a right call. Driven, but all along the carpet. Good fielding. Right at the edge of the circle in covers, so it will only be a single. Good over so far from Suresh Babi. He's only given away single in his two deliveries. Very full. This time Rohit Singh gets the ball away from the inner circle, beats the cover fielder towards his left. That's a boundary. Beautifully changed the angle of the bat. That was full and coming in with the angle on the pads. But Rohit Singh still gets his bat turned with the angle and forcing the ball to go in the cover region and beat the cover fielder towards his left. That's a welcome boundary. First one for him. Yodha score moves to 45 with that boundary. 45 for the loss of 2 wickets after 5.3 overs. Good start for Yodha, but is it enough? This is the final over of the power play. Three balls still remaining. Rohit Singh comes down the track, but this time Way doesn't get it in the gap. Good effort there in the inner circle at mid off. Keeps the batter to one. The only fielder outside the circle is deep mid wicket. Now mid on. In fact, mid off drops back. So long off and deep mid wicket in play. There's the Yorker there from Suresh Babi. Kishore Reddy does well but cannot get it through the infield. It was very full right into the block also. Cannot present the power on that shot, cannot provide that shot enough power on that occasion. Suresh Kishore Reddy, despite of a boundary, only 7 runs so far of the over, played with the soft hand, so it will only be a single to close out the over. Good over, all in all, from Suresh Babi. Only 8 runs coming off the final over of power play. So 6 overs done and dusted. Power play done. 48 for the loss of 2. Yodha after 6. Venkataramarao into the attack straight away after the power play. A very good, a very smart operator, Venkataramarao, captain of Shreepa Rockers, into the attack. Tossed up delivery, very full in terms of length. Driven all along the carpet, straight to deep extra cover. Only for a single. 435 matches for Venkataramarao. 512 wickets, economy 8.2, best figures of 6 for 17. He is a genuine wicket taker. Venkataramarao, not afraid of tossing it up even after taken for a boundary. He bowls very bravely. Occasionally throws the ball wide of the batter just to make him reach out. A wide ball outside off stump. 50 is up for Yodha with that wide. 50 for the loss of 2 in 6.2 overs. They need 116.82 at the required run rate of 11.71 runs per over. This time played off the back foot but will not go all the way. A slight misfield by the wide long off fielder, enough for both the batters to come back for the second run. Once again, tossed up, hit hard. Well, what have you done? The fielder tried to come in and charge at the ball. In the process, losing his balance, he was down on the ground before the ball arrived at him. Hence, doesn't even touch the ball. That's a boundary for Kishore Reddy, but everyone is laughing about that one. That the fielder was down and out on the ground before the ball arrives at him. That's a very rare sighter. Something to laugh about for everyone. Just a lighter movement on the field with that. Once again, tossed up, looking for the slog sweep. Fielder there behind, just short of him. Kishore Reddy looking for that big slog sweep. Gets the correction, got the connection all right, but was not good enough to travel the distance, as no pace that was on offer from Venkatarama Rao. He's got a very deceptive, quicker one, but rarely uses that one. Usually very slow through the air and very full in terms of length. This time it's a drag down from Venkatarama Rao and gets the treatment that it deserved. Rohit Singh with the boundary. Very short ball pulled away nicely. An expensive over from Venkatarama Rao. 13 runs coming off that one. 61 for the loss of 2 wickets after 7. Yodha. Another introduction in the bowling attack. More spin from Shreepa Rockerz as Madhuvir Reddy, left arm slow orthodox bowler, introduced into the attack. 289 matches for Madhuvir Reddy, 381 wickets, economy 5.27, best figures of 6 for 19. Well, that's a big shot from Rohit Singh and will clear the deep fielder. Slightly full from Madhuvir Reddy, and Rohit Singh gets it, gets his big shot out and hits it a long way. Fielder there in the deep was interested, but that ball goes well over his head. That's a good hit from Rohit. They need more of it. Yodha Good cricket from Rohit Singh. Immediately after hitting a six, he rotates the strike. A good over for Yodha as they get 13 of it. 74 for the loss of 2 after 8 overs. Yodha, Venkatarama Rao, an expensive first over. He'll continue into his second over now. Will be bowling from the camera end. Rohit Reddy dismissed. Venkataramarao Rao gets a very big wicket and celebration is out. Well, Rohit Reddy getting on the front foot, looking to slog sweep, got his foot dragged out and a beautiful piece of stumping from Varun Vinod. Rohit Singh played well for his 20 odd runs but now dismissed. Third one bites the dust. More importantly, the captain of Shreepa Rockers, Mr. Venkatarama Rao, gets a wicket. A very young cricketer, Venkatarama Rao, finally gets rid of a batter. Third one down for 76. Yodha. Last ball of the over. Mohan Maheshwari, the new batter in, gets off the mark, drives one off the front foot. It's a single, a super over from Venkataramarao. He went for 13 in his first, comes back and bowls an absolute beauty. Only 3 runs and a wicket. A big wicket of Rohit Singh in that over after 9 overs. Yodha 77 for the loss of 3. Madhuvir Reddy will continue. He's been expensive as well in his first over. 1 over 13 for none for Madhuvir Reddy. Will bowl the final over from this end. Both the teams relies heavily on the spin in the middle overs. Shreepa Rockers and Yodha. Yodhas did the work well with the spin, and Shreepa Rockers moving along nicely on the back of the spinners. Well, looking for the quick single there. Well, Mohan Maheshwari was sent back on that occasion. That was a very dangerous call. Initially, they were looking for that quick single, but sent back by Kishore Reddy. Mohan Maheshwari did well to make his ground back. 434 matches for Mohan Maheshwari, 8,094 runs, averaging over 23. Strike rate 132.21 for Mohan Maheshwari. He was in at number 5. Well, that's a poor delivery from Madhuvir Reddy. Drifted down the leg. White signal by the umpire. Good take by the wicketkeeper there. Madhuvir Reddy looking to attack the stumps. This time he pulls one away. There is a fielder behind in the square leg, so it will only be a single. Score moves to 79 now. Well, that's a beautiful shot from Kishore Reddy. Fully extends his arms and goes over long off for a massive six. Well, well, this man is a powerful lad. Well, he generated huge amount of power out of nowhere. That was not a half volley by any means. It was a length delivery from Madhuvir Reddy. Kishore Reddy still hits it off the front foot, and to get that sort of delivery, gets out of distance. It's a very, very amazing shot. Super shot. This time looking to sweep, but misses. Still a wide. This is poor from Madhuvir Reddy. Trying to attack the stumps. In the process, he's balled couple of wide deliveries already. 9 runs already of the over. 3 balls remaining. Well, played with the soft hands. Good fielding there in the covers. Loknath Naik there. He's usually a very safe fielder. That's a dot ball. 25 of 18 for Kishore Reddy. Mohan Maheshwari this time. In fact, Kishore Reddy in fact sweeps it well. They'll look for the second and they'll get it with ease. This is good batting. Playing with the field. 88 for 3 after 9.5. 122 still needed. Required rate now exactly 12 for Yodha. So this will be the last ball from this end. Back of a length. Got a good piece of the bat. Just runs it straight to the gully fielder. That's a single to close out the over. A good over for Yodha as they get 12 of that one. We are halfway through in the chase after 10 overs. Yodha are 89 for the loss of 3. They still need another 121 in remaining 60 balls at the required rate of 12.1 runs per over. There will be a change in ends. Players will have drinks as well. We'll be back after a very short break. Surya into the attack. Slightly shorter ball on that occasion, pulled away, but will find the fielder in the deep, so it will only be a single. This is good passage of play for Shreepa Rockers. They have put on brakes on the scoring rate significantly. Slightly fuller. Mohan Maheshwari lifts it over extra cover. Might not go all the way, but it will be couple of runs. Mohan getting elevation more on that one. Doesn't get the distance right, but still he'll fetch couple of runs for that. Good over in pursue for Yodha. They have got 8 of this over. They need to continue their good work. They need to get somewhere around 12 runs per over in order to get themselves close to the target. Well, looking for the big shot, coming right out of the toe, and the catch has been put down in the deep. It was Madhuvir Reddy in the deep who makes an absolute mess out of that one. That was in the air for a very, very long time. He did well, he covered good ground and got underneath the ball, and in the end, he ends up getting too close to the ball and puts it down. Mohan Maheshwari gets a lifeline on 13. Surya not happy with the effort there. Last ball of the over, 10 runs already. This time, hit on the up, but straight to the sweeper cover. So it will only be a single. This is good over for Yodha, I must say. They got 11 of that one. So after 12 overs, 110 for the loss of 3. They are still there in the match. Yodha still need 100 of 48 deliveries, but they are not out of this context. They are keeping up with the chase. They're not scoring as much as the required rate, but still they are keeping up. They've got 110 in 12 overs. They need another 100 in 8 overs. Anything can happen. A big partnership between these two. Very capable batters, Mohan Maheshwari and Kishore Reddy. They've got the strike rate. They've got good strike rate as well. They can up the ante. They got a big shots as well in their book. At the same time, more than capable of playing the field. So match is well and truly in balance, I must say. But Shreepa Rockers might be feeling that they are ahead of the game by just, but a big over here and there will completely change the complexion of the match. Yodha haven't lost too many wickets, they have lost only 3 so far. They still have 7 wickets in the tank. Still a good amount of batting to come. Well, punched off the back foot, a misfield in the point region. Sweeper cover does well to back him up, so it's only a single. Well, that's in the air. Fielder there in the deep takes the ball on the bounce. That's only a single. Bharat Gabbar into the attack. He only concedes 3 singles so far. That's a Chinaman delivery coming in for the right hander. Once again, ball goes to the sweeper cover. He's been busy in this over, so 4 singles so far. 147 matches for Bharat Gabbar, 179 wickets, economy 7.11, best figures of 6 for 24. Well, that ball came in sharply. A big gap there between bat and pad. Mohan looking to play that one late. Almost, almost hits the timber there. Bharat Gabbar. That's a very good ball. That's a dot ball. Last ball of the over. Tossed up delivery. Mohan Maheshwari beautifully lifts it over extra cover. One bounce four. It will be. What a shot that was. picked bones out of that one. So only 8 runs coming off that one. After 13 overs, 118 for the loss of 3. Yodha. Jaisurya will continue. 1 over 11 for none for Jaisurya. Into his second over. Starts off with a flighted delivery. Tossed up. Kishore Reddy hits it in the mid wicket, but only for a single. A very regular field for both these bowlers, Jaisurya and Gabbar, who loves to bowl in tandem, usually does bowl in tandem. Well, was there an outside edge there? Wicketkeeper, they looked mighty interested, but no support whatsoever from the bowler, and the umpire not at all interested in that one. But that's a good ball from Jaisurya. Skids through the surface very quickly. Once again, slow through the air today. Jaisurya's pace has been down. He's giving the ball air, enough time to spin. He's focusing on the spin in this spell, just looking to abstract some turn from the surface. Well, there's the variation. That's the quicker one from Jaisurya. Kishore Reddy plays well off the back foot, wide off, long off, but only for a single. 3 runs so far of this over. Well, Shreepa Rockerz getting quickly through their overs. Yodha, they need to find a way to score well in this over. Well, and another beauty from Jaisurya completely beats Mohan Maheshwari all send up. Good take by the wicketkeeper and a sharp work behind as well. Takes the bails off in a flash, but the batter was well inside. So it's a dot ball, second dot ball of the over. Only 3 singles so far. Last ball of the over. Nudged away. Will that beat the short fine fielder? Yes, it does. Venkata Rao in the inner circle tried his level best to get to the ball, but that ball was hit fine and it was going one way. For it is still not good enough over for Yodha, I must say. Only 7 coming off that one. So after 14 overs, Yodha 125 for the loss of 3. They still need 85 more of last 6 overs at the required rate of 14.14. Something special, something special is required out of Yodha's batter. Well, what happened there? A huge appeal. Well, that's been given bold. Kishore Reddy looking to cut. I thought the wicketkeeper had taken the bails off there, but the ball hitting the timber, just kissing the off stump on the way to the wicketkeeper. That's a wicket falling at the very wrong time for Yodha. Kishore Reddy, the batter dismissed. Bharat Gabbar with the wicket in his second over. Yodha now 4 down for 125. New batter in is Valluri Pushkar. In at number 6 for Yodha will be facing Bharat Gabbar, who just got a wicket. His tail will be up. Bharat Gabbar, a very good batter. Valluri Pushkar in at number 6, looking to cut that one. That was a quicker one from Bharat Gabbar. Skids to the surface very quickly. Dot ball. 196 matches for Pushkar. 2,732 runs, averaging 26.52. Strike rate 113.41. Gets off the mark with the pull shot down to square leg, but only for a single. Good spell this from Bharat Gabbar. 1.3 overs, 9 for 1 so far. Well, Mohan Maheshwari looking for the pull shot on that occasion. Doesn't get the connection right. Inside edge. Back onto his pad. Fortunate that it doesn't go behind and hit the wickets. Mohan Maheshwari is looking to manufacture something special. 27 of 20. He's searching for boundaries. This is smart from Shreepa Rockers. They have spinners working for them and not presenting enough pace. Well, what have you done there, wicket keeper? That was an absolute beauty from Bharat Gabbar. That was a, a Chinaman delivery that comes in for the right hander that turned sharply, misses the leg stump by each. But wicket keeper should have been taking that one. That's four for Yodha. Mohan Maheshwari searching for boundaries. He got one with the help of the wicketkeeper. Well, that's a wide from Bharat Gabbar. Changed in his delivery stride. Well, he just rotated around and tried to deliver a ball. In the process, balls one wide, way down the leg. Can't blame the wicketkeeper for that one. That's four wides, five extras for Yodha. Well, 9 runs gifted in a delivery from Shreepa Rockers. This is good result for Yodha. They'll take it. They'll take it. Another quicker one. Mohan Maheshwari hits it hard off the back foot, but straight to the deep extra cover fielder for a single. 11 runs coming off that one. 74 still needed in 30 deliveries. Yodha 136 for the loss of 4 after 15. They need 74 more in final 5 overs. Required rate 14.8 runs per over. Loknath Nayak into the bowling and straight away gets the big fish. Mohan Maheshwari looking to cut off the back foot and only managing an outside edge. What a master stroke this has been. Loknath Nayak given a chance to roll his arm over and he strikes at the very first ball. That's a master stroke from the captain of Shreepa Rockers. 5 down. Yodha, half of the team dismissed for just 136. Well, it suddenly started to rain. It's raining heavily. So players are going off. Well, it's not expected, but it's raining very hard here at One Champion. So the play Play resumes. It drizzled for a couple of minutes, then stopped. So play resumed. New batter in was Raj Patel. He was in at number 7. So four singles after that wicket at the very first ball of Loknath Naik's over. Excellent over so far from Loknath. Is only conceded four singles and picked a wicket as well. Well, that's a wide way outside off stump. Loknath Naik, more than handy bowler, gets a wicket at the very first ball he bowled. Well, that's in the air, just out of the reach of Loknath Naik. Was back paddling in his follow through to get that one, but doesn't. So 6 runs and a wicket of Mohan Maheshwari coming off the 16th over. 142 for the loss of 5. Yodha after 16. 68 needed of 24 deliveries. This match is going in favor of Shreepa Rockers. Well, Yodha need to manufacture something special here. Venkatarama Rao is back into the attack to ball himself out. 3 overs 26 for 1 for Venkatarama Rao so far. Will ball the 17th over and will ball his final over of the spell. So far, he's balled well, but will be searching for the wickets. This is the ideal end for him to operate from. If the batter hits straight down the ground, they will be hitting against the wind. So, high percentage of chances to getting them caught at the boundary, even if they get connection right though. Starts off with a slow one, slightly shorter, and Raj Patel does exceedingly well. Pulls it off the back foot right in between deep mid wicket and a square leg fielder for a boundary. Over starts off with a 4. Over starts off with a boundary. Venkatarama Rao slightly short in terms of his length and he pays the penalty. Wind flowing very heavily here at one champion. Once again, tossed up delivery but wide of the batter. So Raj Patel doesn't get the power in that shot. It's only a single down to long off. This is good. Good stuff from Venkatarama Rao. After being taken for a boundary, he throwed the ball wide of that batter just to take all the power off. Once again, throws very wide, but this time just outside that wide line of the off stump. Umpire declares it as a wide. Valluri Pushkar smart enough to let the ball go through the wicket keeper, and he gets that wide. Score moves to 48. 62 needed of just 22 deliveries. Well, they need 3 to 4 boundaries every over from here on to get somewhere near to the target, as they need just under 7 runs per over. Oh, well, with that dot ball, required rate goes over 17, touching distance away from 18, as they need 62 of 21 deliveries. Well, this match slowly but slipping out of Yodha's grasp, and Shreepa Rockers, on the other hand, getting the grip tighter on this match. Once again, a touched up delivery looking for the big shot, gets a leading edge. Ball straight to the gully fielder on a bounce. So it's only a single. Good comeback this from Venkatarama Rao. He's a very smart operator. Venkatarama Rao will entice the batter for the big shot. This time Raj Patel moved early, tried to hit that ball in the fine leg region, but doesn't get the connection right on that occasion. So it will only be a single. Short fine fielder cuts that one off. Good thinking from Raj Patel, but the execution wasn't there on that occasion. Last ball of the over. 150 is up for Yodha. 150 in 16.5. Last ball of the over. Last ball of the Venkatarama spell. That's a drag down, pulled away. There's a fielder behind, but that ball beats him towards his left. That's a boundary, or did it go all the way? Yes, it's a one bounce four signal there from the official. So good one for Yodha, but still not good enough. They get 12, but they need plenty more. 154 for 5 after 17 overs. Yodha. Madhuvir now back into the attack. 2 overs, 25 for none for Madhuvir. Now he's back into the attack. Will bowl the 18th over. He's gone wicketless. In today's encounter, Madhuvir will look to add on the tally. That was a wonderful effort from Bharat Gabbar in covers. He was moving sharply towards his left. Got a hand to that one. That was struck firmly. Doesn't hold out. Doesn't hold on to that one. So it's a single. Down to Shreepa cover for Raj Patel. Slightly back of a length, cuts away, beats the gully fielder towards his left. That's a boundary, much needed one for Yodha. Valluri Pushkar making full use of the pace that was on offer from Madhu Reddy. He's quick through the air, so it's better to cut off the back foot against him whenever pitched slightly back of length. This time overpaced, and the batter goes straight over the side screen, but the long on fielder will cut that one off. He takes it on a bounce. It's really hard to hit a six down the ground when wind flowing so heavily. You're hitting against the wind, and it's almost impossible to clear the deep. Fielder this time hits hard, but only for a single. Down to long on, despite of getting a boundary. Only 7 runs of the over so far. They need two sixes in this over. 49 needed of 12. Cut away, but straight to the point fielder. It will only be a single. Singles won't trouble Shreepa Rockerz here. Last ball of the over. Only 8 runs so far. Drilled hard, but drilled straight to the long off. So it's only a single to close out the 18th over. 9 runs coming off that one. 163 for the loss of 5 after 18. Loknath Nayak will continue. A super first over from Loknath. 1 over 6 for 1 so far for Loknath. Will bowl the 19th over. Well, 23, more than 23 runs in an over from here on for Yodha. 47 needed of 12. Well, Patel does very well there. Gets inside the line, shuffled across and hits it in the vacant fine leg region and gets a boundary. 4 to start off the over. They need more. Yodha need more. Raj Patel needs to find more ways to score boundaries. He needs to at least hit 4 or 5 boundaries in an over to get his team over the line. Do not count Yodha off. Cricket is a game of uncertainty, so anything can happen. Raj Patel hits big, hits straight, but will not find the fence as he was hitting against the wind. Well, that ball on the normal days goes all the way for the six, but on that occasion he was hitting against the wind. So despite of timing sweetly and hitting nicely, still doesn't get a boundary. Hit away in the mid wicket all along the carpet. It will be couple of runs. Yodha searching for boundaries. 7 runs coming in the first half of the over. They need three boundaries here in this over to keep their hopes alive. Well, that's a no ball. That ball pitched outside the pitch limit. A wayward delivery from Loknath Nayak that will help the cause for Yodha. Free hit coming up. That's a very poor delivery from Loknath Nayak. So free hit coming up. Loknath Nayak to Alluri Pushkar. That's a quicker one. Punched off the back foot, but will go straight to the sweeper cover fielder. So it will only be a single. Good ball from Loknath Nayak. He only concedes one on the free hit. Full delivery, looking for the big shot. There's a fielder there in the deep. Ball doesn't carry to the deep fielder as well. Well, clearly that ball getting hold up in the air. That ball was traveling against the wind. So it's hard to clear that boundary. Well, Raj Patel needs to find some other ways to score boundaries. That's a wide from Loknath Nayak. Saw the batter moving towards off stump. Threw the wide further wide, but Raj Patel smartly bails out. Once again, hit hard, but doesn't get the elevation. So it's only a single all along the carpet down to deep mid wicket. So 34 needed of a final over. Bharat Gabbar will ball that one. So 34. Every ball from here on needs to travel the distance. They need five sixes and a boundary from here on. Will do it for Yodha, but it's an impossible task from here on. Shreepa Rockers, they have done well in this contest. It's just they have to add a finishing touch to their good performance. Bharat Gabbar, 2 overs 15 for 1, will ball the final over. Looking for the big shot. Raj Patel doesn't get it right, so it's only a single. So now mathematically not possible. 33 needed of 5, but a no ball or a wide here and there can keep Yodha interested. Well, that's in the air, but no one there in the inner circle. Straight to sweeper cover, only single. Back to back singles to start off the over. Hit hard, but all along the carpet. It's a single down to long on. 31 needed of 3. So this should seal the deal for Shreepa Rockers. Well, the batter there bailed out at the very last moment as Bharat Gabbar tried what he tried on the previous occasion. He's rolled over and balled the delivery. Well, once again rolls over, but the batter bails out at the very last moment. Well, Valluri Pushkar having a word with the match official. Match official says that's nothing against the law of bowling. Bat bowler can roll over and then ball a delivery. So it's nothing against in the law of cricket book. Punched off the back foot straight to the cover fielder. It's only a single. So two deliveries remaining in this match. Four singles in this over. Good one from Bharat Gabbar. Raj Patel there moved early, looking to get that over fine leg. But that's a dot ball. Bharat Gabbar now rolling over before delivering the ball. This time the batter comes down the track. gets a very thick edge, outside edge. Well, Venkata Rao cuts that one off, so it will only be a single. A 5 runs coming off the last over. It's Shreepa Rockers who will be advanced to the platinum final. They win the semi final with a good margin of 28 runs. Match summary: Shreepa Rockers winning the toss, opting to bat first, posting a mammoth total of 209 for the loss of 7 wickets, 65 for Varun Vinod, right at the top to set the tone, along with Deepak, 55, batting throughout the over, 55 of 48 for Deepak. He's batted well. Loknath Nayak, no contribution, no real contribution from him, departed cheaply after scoring 7. Vamshi Reddy fell early. Good handful 21 from Jayasuriya of just 12 deliveries. Channa Rao chipped in for 17. NSG chipped in for 19 as well. Bharat Gabbar with finishing touches of scoring 13 of just 6 deliveries. All in all, Shreepa Rockers 209 for the loss of 7. In reply, Yodha only managing 181 for the loss of 5 in their 20 overs. Kishore Reddy with 39, Rohit with handy 21, Mohan Maheshwari chipping in with 28, then useful 19 and 23 from Valluri Pushkar and Raj Patel, but not enough. So it's Shreepa Rockers who win the match with 28 runs, and the player of the match will be Varun Vinod for his blistering 65 of 22 deliveries, 7 boundaries, and 5 massive sixes in that innings makes him the player of the match. 7.51 MVP points for Varun Vinod. That's it from the commentary box. We'll catch you up, guys, in the next week. It's me, Ali Hashmi, signing off for now. Take care. Bye bye.